How do we get stuck as intuitive empaths, and how do we become unstuck? Hey, my name is Leah Chantel. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm giving some advice about how to get unstuck when we don't feel our lives are moving forward. And part of the reasons why we're not sure how to unstick ourselves, it's because we're not aware of the reasons why we get stuck in the first place. So I'm going to uncover some of those reasons, and in doing that, we'll discover some of the ways that we can get unstuck. So the first reason we get stuck and we're not doing something that we need to be doing in order to grow or expand in life is that we're really scared of doing the thing that we need to do. And how do we overcome that? Sometimes it's as simple as just doing the thing that we need to do that is scaring us so much. And when we do the thing, when we're ready to do the thing and we have a good experience, then that's enough to unblock the experience and allow us to move forward. So let's say you're really afraid of cold weather. One of the best ways to overcome that negativity and that fear of the cold weather is to just go outside and engage when the weather is cold and find some way to really enjoy it. For example, maybe you don't like the snow, but if you go out on a sunny day when there's a bit of snow outside for a short brisk walk and you're well dressed and you're well prepared, that's another thing about fear, is you want to be prepared for the situation, then you can make the best of it. And maybe you'll have a really unique walk that's so different from any of the walks you've taken in spring or summer. And you'll really appreciate the cold, fresh air. And of course, it can be a lot more dramatic than just the weather that we're scared of. It could be that we're scared of making a certain move on our business. Maybe we're really good at social media posts of pictures, but we haven't created videos yet. I've been in that place as a content creator, and one of my best pieces of advice is to just do it. Some content creators will tell you have to have it perfect and put your best foot forward and wear beautiful clothes and have your makeup done perfectly and have a professional shoot you. And while those tips can be very helpful at some point in your growth, you don't want them to be reasons to stop you. It's okay to start with what you have as a creator. And that can just be your phone and some very simple makeup and clothing, and that's fine. You just go ahead and you do your thing, and then when you can grow and improve, you will. And just trust that and let the process unfold for you as you create new content. So the second reason why we get stuck and we don't grow in our lives, it's similar to the first reason, but it's a little bit different, because sometimes it's because we're making assumptions about what the outcome is going to be. And quite often this can tie into fear. We're very fearful of the outcome that can come about as a result of our assumption that we know the outcome is going to be a certain way. But sometimes assumption isn't as dramatic as that. Maybe we're not really scared of the outcome, but we just think it's going to be a waste of time, or if we have to approach an authority figure, we just assume that they're going to say no. Maybe we're not scared of saying no necessarily, but we just think that we're wasting our time and our efforts by going ahead and asking. So it does tie into my first reason that we get stuck, but sometimes we just assume something will be a negative way, but we haven't really fully explored or thought about it too carefully, and come to realize that we're actually biased in this area and we're assuming a specific outcome will happen, but it actually may not happen if we went ahead and moved forward on the item that we're procrastinating on. So, for example, maybe you're assuming that a vacation idea that you want to send past your friend is going to be too expensive for them, and they're going to say no. I mean, it's good to be prepared for that if that opinion does come up. Having said that, you'll never know if you don't ask your friend if they can join you on the vacation. They may have time off, they may have some money saved up, and they may feel comfortable going on that vacation with you, but you have to ask first rather than assume the outcome that they can't afford it because maybe they've said that in the past when you've presented other opportunities to go on vacation with them. Now, the third reason that we get stuck in our lives and we don't grow, it's because of our old routines. And routines and structure can be a good thing. Our structure can allow us discipline to wake up early in the morning and work on a book that we want to write. Or maybe we get up and exercise early in the morning so we get it out of the way. Maybe you have a completely different sleep schedule. You're the type who likes to sleep in late and stay up late to work. There's no really right or wrong in terms of sleep schedule. A lot of people really recommend that you wake up early to get more done. Having said that, everybody has a different sleep rhythm too. So if you have one where you're more comfortable staying up late to work, maybe that works better for you, as long as you know what's efficient for you and how you can adjust your routine so that you can grow. Because when we're too fixed in our routines and we're too comfortable, that's when we stop growing. Often when we want to achieve our dreams and goals in life, we usually have a full-time job already when we're starting out at the beginning, or at least a part-time job, or maybe you're a stay-at-home parent at the time you begin your new venture. But even as a stay-at-home parent, you're going to have responsibilities and things you need to do that keep you very busy. And so what you need to do in that case is plan more time in your day in order to get that dream priority finished in addition to all of your other responsibilities. Or maybe what you need to do as well is delegate some of your responsibility to other people who are more available in order for you to stretch your routine so you can squeeze in more time to be productive on the projects that mean something to you. And in addition, you also may need to just schedule the activities that are meaningful to you. Maybe you've had them floating in your mind for such a long time, but you haven't really taken that step forward to just commit to doing it and putting it into your schedule. It's amazing what happens when you actually schedule something. You know that it's real and it's a priority that you need to work on. Whereas if you kind of leave it floating in your brain and you don't really deal with it, you could forget it for like weeks or months on end and not make any progress. And for a lot of our dream goals and ambitions, one of the best things we can do is structure our day to work on it a little bit at a time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes can make such a huge difference, and it can be the beginning of something huge. Maybe right off the bat, you don't feel comfortable taking 6 to 8 hours a day working on your dream life because that requires you to cut back on your sleep or cut back on activities that are really integral to you having your bills paid. So what I recommend you do instead is take a small amount of time and schedule it, and then build larger and larger chunks of time into your schedule to work on things, because then you're going to feel more confident that you're making progress. You're going to see something real as a result of your efforts, and then you won't feel stuck on your dream life anymore. You're going to feel like you're building up some momentum and you're moving forward on the things you want to move forward on. Now, just some few other tips about getting unstuck that I want to leave you with, although I've mentioned the big ones today, is that in addition to this advice, you don't ever want to assume that you know everything about everyone or about life. I know that sounds very broad, but we kind of get into these global assumptions about life that, oh, I can't have my dream life because I'm too busy, or, oh, I can't get that client on board because they're just going to say no, or no, that friend won't be there for me because they've never been there for me in the past. Sometimes your assumptions are true, and it's okay to take action and verify that. If it's true, then maybe you need to change something in your life in order to move on and create a better life. Having said that, we have a lot of these free-floating assumptions in our mind that are not true about life or about other people, and we need to go ahead and challenge those assumptions in order to get unstuck and start moving forward towards the dream life that we've always wanted to create. Maybe that person who is bugging you when you're stuck in traffic is actually someone having a really hard day, and rather than assume that they're a narcissist or they're a bad person, it's better to give them a break and allow them to have their challenging day, assuming that maybe it's not their norm in their day-to-day life. Or maybe you want to overcome your fears by pushing yourself to do the thing that really scares you. Maybe it's public speaking. It could be time to join a Toastmasters group. Maybe that's the next best step in order to get unstuck from your life, rather than jump into creating videos online. Or maybe the next best step for you is to simply schedule blocks of time when you're going to work on things that are important to you. Maybe you do need to wake up earlier or stay up later in order to make that time possible for you to focus on things that you're truly passionate about. Whatever it is you need to do next, I'm thinking it falls under these 3 categories that you need to overcome if you're frustrated or not making progress. It usually has to do with fear, assumptions, or your routines that need to be modified. Or in other words, you need to make a stronger commitment to whatever it is you want to create in your life, rather than let it fall by the wayside. I hope you've enjoyed my videos about all the different strategies to get unstuck and get your life moving forward again. If you have any questions or any other tips about how to get unstuck in your life, or beliefs that didn't work for you that once you changed them, you were able to move forward, I'd be really curious to see those comments below. I hope you're all having an amazing week, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Take care. Bye now.